What's up, guys? Hello. Sweet. Okay, so I finally figured out why I couldn't chat with you guys. Finally figured it out. All right, just get this set up. Sweet. Okay, as you guys can see, I got the searcher playing in the background. Just want to get this set up a little bit before we go. More should be arriving soon. That's cool. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw the first few attempts to live stream. I've never live streamed before on YouTube. And so I didn't know why I couldn't like see your guys' comments and all that. But so I went over to Instagram to do a live stream and just told them what was going on. And so they showed me it's because I was putting my settings under view for children. And I guess if you do that, you can't live stream. Or you can live stream, but you can't talk. But now I figured it out. Cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. So let's see. There's 5 people on. Okay, this is cool. Maybe I should start doing this more often. We're going to rock this chat, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right, so after we get done with this chat, I'm going to upload this. So let me get to the intro. This is, some of you guys have been saying that I should do a live stream. I've never done a live stream before. And so we'll see how this goes. I know it'll be cool because I get to finally really talk with you guys live. As you know, this is Elvis is the man. And so I have Instagram channel, or Instagram page, and I started a YouTube channel a while ago, and it's really taken off, and I'm so happy because, you know, when I first got on Instagram, I saw these like Elvis channels that sucked, in my opinion. Like, I'm like, why would you use that picture? Why would you put that? Like, they were dumb. So I made one of my own, you know, humbly. And people started to like it, but it took a while to get off. And so now I did Instagram because I like making videos. But you could only, when I first started Instagram, you could only use like 15-minute or 15-second videos. And then they increased it to 30 seconds and then on and on. And then I'm like, you know, let me do YouTube also because you can make obviously super long videos and even live stream like this. So yeah, subs grow. So I wanted some of the people in the comments were saying that I should do a live stream and get us all talking about one topic. So in this live stream, I want to talk about new footage, you know, like a plea for new footage. Like, I think it's been a while. Sorry, let me just get this straight. All right, that should be good. So I got the searcher playing in the background. So I think like new footage, for me as a fan, new footage is what I want most. I don't want Elvis keychains. I don't want, Elvis lunchbox, Elvis backpack, or whatever. I want Elvis on the screen. You know, I couldn't be there to see him, you know, in real life. So obviously the next best thing is to see him, you know, on the TV screen. But as fans, as loyal as we are, like we can't, what are we going to do? How are we going to get the footage out there, you know? You know, the deals have to be made. I think Turner owns the rights to, you know, that's the way it is footage. Man, I'm looking at the screen right now. I'm like, that's awesome. The searcher's playing in the background. Yeah, we only get Aloha. That's messed up. So some of the things that, as you can see in this, on the TV screen in the background, is they made deals. Elvis Presley Enterprises obviously made deals to get this private footage. Well, that was private footage, Madison Square Garden, in the hands of us fans. And, you know, deals have to be done. People have to be paid and all that. But as a fan, I want to see Elvis new stuff, new live footage. And, you know, what are we going to do? So we need to talk about this, have a discussion. I want to hear your guys' points of view. And I want, what is that, the Gypsy? Oh man, this stuff. I saw The Searcher. Look at this footage. I only saw this. I only watched this DVD once, and you know, I was a little disappointed with it because I think they should have used maybe more footage, definitely more footage, and should have presented Elvis as not just nothing but depressed after 1972. You know, he did so many good things live and in the studio after, you know, during the 70s. And I really want to Elvis Presley Enterprises to make some deals so us fans, us hardcore fans can get this footage. Now I like the FTD label, you know, because, you know, I can get the hardcore alternate takes of songs, but footage is where it's at for me. Why the hell has all the Elvis on tour footage not been released? I think it said it disappeared. They got to make deals for it. You know, I think what I heard a lot was that when they redid That's the Way It Is in 2001, first they actually put it on TV first. And then they tried to put a DVD format on, but the sales weren't what they expected it to be. So I heard that they don't really want to do any more live projects like that because they think they're not going to make their money back. But trust me, I know people would pay good money for that. I would pay $1,000 for some really good DVDs. I would pay it, and I know you guys would too. You know, save up your money. When I went to Graceland, it was stupid. Rude security, really? Everybody was cool when I went there. They were real cool. So yeah, I see there's 34 people here. It's first live stream. I want to talk about new footage. And so you guys go ahead and chat, talk to me, and I'll talk back. I would pay a lot of money. Good evening, it's afternoon where I'm at. Yeah, I would totally pay for that. I would pay for 2 minutes of footage from 73, Vegas. Yep. The Searcher, I did a review on it. If you guys want to watch it, it's down in the pages, or down in the my channel. I was disappointed with it because, like, look at this footage right there. That's awesome. I like that. But I wish they would have done more footage. And I don't know if they left out footage from like the 68 special, 1970, 72 Madison Square Garden. They didn't play. I was thinking they would play some like Aloha stuff at least or something just to show why Elvis is the man. But they didn't. We only get Aloha. We're lucky to get Prince from, and we probably are lucky to get Prince from Another Planet. But I was so excited when that came out in 2012. Hey, great channel. Just found it last week. Love it. Thanks. I appreciate it. I put a lot of work into these videos, and I just want to promote Elvis. The Last Curtain DVD box was great. Yup, it sure was. What do you guys think about the CBS special? I think that they should release it because, like, I get they didn't want to put Elvis in a bad image. They didn't want to put that image out there. But I think people at this point, they know what happened to Elvis. They know about the certain things, and I got to watch what I say, I think, because of YouTube. But I think at this point in society, everybody would be understanding that Elvis gained weight. They know that he was on the prescription stuff. And I think that people would be accepting. They would know. So I think for us fans, why don't you do a Blu-ray of it, remaster it so we can see it. We want all the footage we can get. 47 people on. Eventually, when I do upload this to YouTube, let me know if you want to do more live streams. I announced that I was going to. Would you go to 1080 stream? Yeah, I would, but I don't know how to do this at the moment. I still got to learn some stuff about this. I just do YouTube videos and Instagram. On Instagram, I told you guys I was going to be on at 3 p.m. How much footage in 2001 was found 2 miles below? Oh, I didn't see your whole comment. But yeah, footage was found. Think about it. Yeah, in vault in Kansas. who said, "We have no interest in legitimizing this unauthorized material. We have no intention of releasing it." Ah, I hope he didn't say that. I'm just looking at you guys' stuff. Yeah, I mean, flaws and all, I want to see new Elvis stuff. I mean, how many times am I going to watch 68 Special or Aloha from Hawaii? You know? This is my Elvis mug from Graceland. I'm not the type that buys it, but why not get a souvenir when I was down there? Did you guys watch the Graceland video? I think fans should run. I think so too. They would be the best. You got the same mug? Yeah, it's cool. I think they're going to milk this footage forever. I hope not. Like, look at that footage in the background. And you know, I have to mute it. Calm down. Sorry, I have 2 dogs and they see something outside. All right, but they better not like us fans. Like, we're loyal fans. You know, like, I wish they would make a deal for like the November Boston Garden footage. I've seen a lot of that. I've seen 6 Dogs and 4 Cats. Man, you love animals too. I've seen the footage for that I even posted on this channel about from November 1971 tour. Man, I wish they would do a project with the 71 footage from November as they did with Madison Square Garden. I don't know how the sales were from Madison Square Garden, but man, that's what I want, right? I think they still have a lot of material to show us. Well, I hope so. I hope so, because I would buy it. I mean, I don't know. I guess it costs millions to do all that stuff. And I understand they're a business and they want to make a profit, but man, us fans, we deserve that. Exactly. They should launch concerts filmed by fans, as they did with Madison Square Garden. Yeah, of course. Especially, that's what I want. You know, how many times, like, how many times are we going to watch that footage? I think Lisa Marie's going to shut down Graceland and make, I hope not. People are talking about, I've seen articles on the internet about that Lisa wants to move back to Graceland. I don't think she'll do that. That would not be, I don't know if that'd be a good business move. I mean, who knows? It's probably a rumor. There's a ton of footage from Elvis on tour. They filmed several concerts. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they filmed, I forgot the exact, 6, 7, 8. Release it. I'll pay for it. I know. I'd pay some money for that. Blu-ray. That's what us fans want. On tour is so cool. Yep, it is. 67 people in here right now. I don't know. I'm approaching 19,000 subs. I know where I'm at, it's only 4 o'clock, so probably a lot of people at work. Yeah, I know. I wish it was released too. So anyway, I just want to say I'm just thankful for all the subs that, you know, have come to my channel over the summer and fall. It's so fun because I love creating footage and showing why Elvis is the man. And I'm just happy that you guys are liking it. And, you know, showing your support, because Elvis is the man, and Graceland is not just a tourist attraction, it's a graveyard as well. Well, I didn't see the rest of that comment, but yeah. Hit the like button if you love Elvis, that's for sure. Hit the like button. I don't think Graceland will change things. Who owns on tour audio rights? I don't know. I think Turner does, and I think Elvis Presley Enterprises has to make a deal with Turner, so which means they have to buy the footage, and they would have to spend the money on it, hoping they'll recoup their cost and make money. And I guess what I was saying earlier was with That's the Way It Is, the sales were disappointing, I guess, from what I heard, and so they don't want to do any more stuff, supposedly. Hopefully they do, but that's what I heard. I like your videos. Thank you. I appreciate that. I put a lot of effort. Like, honestly, no joke. And then if I have a problem with copyright, then it takes me longer because I have to, like, you know, figure out, you know, what's acceptable, what's not. What the heck? 1974, August, Las Vegas. So that's why I opened a Patreon account, because Patreon, the link will be to my Patreon account will be in this video. The reason why I did that is because it's like, just like I was saying, it takes me hours to make videos. So that takes me a lot of time. So when I spend all that time making a video that's sweet, and it won't let me upload it to YouTube, or I get a YouTube strike when I was like trying to upload some of the stage show performances, I can't do that. Like, that's a big waste of time. And so I'm like, let me put it up to Patreon, and then the people who want to join can see all that stuff that I can't put on YouTube. But nothing's going to change about the YouTube channel. I'm still going to make videos, same type of videos, but the things that YouTube won't allow, will be up on Patreon. And so you have to go to Patreon, or you could, once this video is uploaded, in the description, you just click the link that I give you, or you can just go to Patreon, Elvis is the man, and then we can just go from there. So look at this on tour footage. I was excited that they actually put, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was excited that they put at least some outtake footage in this, because I guess this was released on HBO. I didn't get the soundtrack to this, but I can't turn up the volume. I think he's singing Johnny Be Good. If you turn up the volume, you'll get like content ID stuff. Love the channel. Thanks for your hard work. I appreciate it. I'm happy you guys like it. Yes, I'd like to see something about 69. Yeah, there's got to be some footage out there. Yeah, have all the camera angles been released already to the 71? I don't think it has. Well, I think they did come out with something where there's like some alternate angles, but I didn't pick up that DVD. I actually want to. And because what I was going to say is, like, with the 68 special and the 73 Aloha, at least they can make some alternate angles, or like let us pick. So it's kind of like new footage, I think they did something like that with Aloha. Heck yeah, it's great playing right now, Freddie Mercury. He had a good voice, by the way. I love the Elvis rehearsals. Yeah, did you guys get the FTD of the rehearsals? Gary, once the Elvis people are gone, Graceland will use it as a Mickey Mouse. CBS stuff. No, I would take the CBS stuff, and I want Elvis Presley Enterprises to make deals with the private collectors, if they can, obviously, to get like the 75 footage from over the summer, all that stuff. 73 people on right now. This is my first live stream. Hit the like button if you want to see more. We can talk about a bunch of stuff now that I know how to do it. So yeah, disappointing thing is, for the 50th anniversary of That's the Way It Is, I was expecting something awesome. I mean, I didn't have my hopes up, but I was hoping for the 50th anniversary, because it was released in 1970, that they would have had like, maybe a box set of like a couple shows and some outtakes, because they recorded like 3 rehearsals in July and in August, and that stuff needs to be out there. You don't want it to just disintegrate. I don't know, maybe they got to protect it some way, but fans would pay for it. But yeah, I was disappointed. All they had was the audio of it, and I didn't even buy it. But look at this footage right now. I'm glad they did put some extra footage from on tour in there. What do you think about next year's Elvis biopic? Well, I was actually excited about it because I heard Tom Hanks is going to be in it. This one guy who's going to play Elvis. I mean, who can play Elvis, right? I mean, I'm always disappointed with the Elvis movies, because, like, how are you going to imitate Elvis? It's like, oh, yeah, I'm a Michael Jordan impersonator. You can't imitate Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? So, but I'm happy that those high quality actors will be in it. So I'm thinking it might be good. But with the whole thing going on right now, the words I can't say for YouTube, it's obviously postponed. They have so much material for That's the Way It Is. Yeah, that's true. And I want to see it, man. I want to see it. Yeah, That's the Way It Is stuff I was like in 2001 when they came out with it, I was like so excited to see it, and I thought it would be things to come, like more to come, but they didn't. Guess, yeah, the 100th anniversary, yeah, ebook. Man, that's messed up. So this conversation is like they need to release Elvis footage. That's not saying that they have it, but I want as a fan, like a representative, look at that 76 footage. I don't think the public cares that he was overweight. I think people understand now, they're not as judgmental, and they would like, oh yeah, Elvis was overweight. Yeah, we know he did drugs. He had some problems. We get it. You know what I mean? And then release the footage and accept Elvis as the man. Not just from 1973 and then we don't know what happened. I don't think I'd like to see Austin Butler's Elvis. I don't know. He's in some movies. He seems to be a pretty good actor. But I'm just happy that they're going to do it. And I hope that all the Elvis fans go to support that movie. Yep, I heard about that, Freddie Mercury. Everybody loved Elvis, and I don't know if Elvis actually understood how much he was loved by the public. Cody Slaughter? Oh, yeah, ETA. When I saw this, the Searcher DVD for the first time, at first I was like, oh, this is awesome. But once it got to like 1962, to me it seemed like they were just trying to speed it up. Like they put so much effort and detail into the early part. I was like, oh man, this is going to be great. But once they, got past that, like 1962 mark, it kind of bombed for me. And they didn't put any footage in that I think they should have. They didn't put a whole lot in. I think they could have done more. And, I did a review on this page. Let me see, what else here? Yeah, I think Elvis Presley Enterprises needs to spend more effort into releasing Elvis footage, Elvis audio material, outtakes from the studio, which I'm happy about the FTDs. Rather than promoting ETAs, the Elvis impersonators. No hate, no disrespect to the Elvis impersonators, but I think that Elvis Presley Enterprises need to focus more on Elvis, the man, the image, the artist. Like the Beatles management focuses on the Beatles. Because like it's nothing but top quality material from the Beatles. Like they focus on the albums, they focus on them as artists, and that is the priority, it seems. With Elvis Presley Enterprises, it seems like, they're like, oh, look at this Elvis bag. That's great, but let's have some footage too. That's what I want. I think Elvis impersonators I don't think it's good for Elvis's image. That's, again, no hate to Elvis impersonators, like, do your thing, but Elvis Presley Enterprises really promotes that, and I'm like, why? Well, let's just have like a big screen with some Elvis footage. When I went to Graceland, they had a big screen of Elvis footage. It was like a concert, and they had a bunch of chairs set up there, and you could see that it was like the sound was great, and they played it. And I actually recorded it and put it on my story on Instagram. But yeah, it was awesome. I'll take that. So 79 people in here, 36 likes. The thing is, I'm trying to connect my charger. Andy Kaufman was one of the first people to impersonate Elvis. Yep. I saw some of his stuff. Try to find star DVDs. They're great. Yeah, like bootleg stuff. Man, this is going to be crazy. I've already been on 25 minutes. When I go to upload this, oh man, it's going to take a couple hours. So how about the money with Elvis Presley Enterprise? They're making more money on... Yeah, if they knew that they would make millions and millions off Elvis footage, I'm sure they would go after it. But I want them to give it another chance. with this footage. Like, that's what I want. Load up on footage. You can get bootleg stuff, but the quality is very low. Look what they did with the Madison Square Garden stuff. Why not ever do something with the Ed Sullivan stuff? Well, they did do a lot. I think they already released the Ed Sullivan performances. And that was a nice box set. But how about they make a deal for the stage show? They need to make a deal for the stage show performances. I have all the stage show performances on VHS, and they're awesome. And I want a Blu-ray release of that. Not just 70s, I want all that stuff. Stage show performances, Elvis did I Got a Woman, Baby Let's Play House, the first versions of Heartbreak Hotel and Blue Suede Shoes. Everything, yep. Elvis 74 in the background right there. Put the audio on because, you know, they'll pick up, YouTube is going to pick up on something. That's why I did the Patreon, where I can put stuff, because it takes me hours to make videos. And so I have to be like, man, I'd really like to do that video, but I know YouTube won't let me put it up. So I'll put it right on Patreon, and it's $5 a month, but you know, that's nothing, that's chump change. And you get to see all the stuff. Like yesterday, before I released the video on should Priscilla and Lisa should they have been there to accept the Presidential Medal of Freedom, I uploaded it, but then there was a problem because it played How Great Thou Art, and it wouldn't let me fully upload it. So I put it on Patreon, and those people who are already there could watch it first while I, you know, worked out the details of the video, which I was able to eventually upload. But there's a lot of perks going over there, Patreon. Yeah, 68 to 72, that was probably my favorite Elvis time. But honestly, I'm a big fan of the 70s. But you got to think about it. Are we a big fan of the 70s because there's so much detail on the 70s, like the footage and all that? There's not a lot of stuff of Elvis in the mid-60s. Like, think about if Elvis would have done like a couple hour sit-down interviews in this mid-60s, we'd be like, 60s are our favorite time, you know? But, man, imagine if they would have filmed the 1961 Hawaii Memorial. You know what I found out today? Somebody told me, I don't know if it's true, I didn't really research it yet, but that Nancy Reagan decided to take down the Elvis Memorial for the Arizona Memorial because Elvis did prescription drugs. I didn't know about that till today, if it's true. So 79 people in here. I can't believe I've been on here for a half hour. I just like to say to the new people that are just coming in is that I want to talk about Elvis footage. People have been saying that I should start doing live streams. I've just been making actual videos, but I think it'd be fun to get with you guys on live stream and talk Elvis. So, what kind of videos do you like the most? Your channel is so cool. Thanks, man. What kind of videos do you like the most out of what I've been putting up? Do you like it when I do the stories of Elvis, like talk about a certain topic of his life and put a bunch of pictures and videos up of it? Do you like where I would just do Gem of the Week? Yeah, those are cool. The thing with Gem of the Week is that I would talk about a video and then I would put the song up, but the songs were getting blocked. So I'm like, the stories, yeah, I've been liking them. So with the Gem of the Weeks, I'm putting them up on Patreon because there's different rules for Patreon. So I can put them up there. On YouTube, I would put all that time in, and then I find out that it's blocked in this country and you can't put it up. And I don't want copyright strikes. So I put it up on Patreon. And so that's why I don't do them as much. So in other words, with YouTube, I can do a ton of stuff. I can do stories and all that, but I have to be careful about what I put on. That's why I have to put this on mute. Did you know Joe Esposito was the road manager for Elvis and Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson, is kind of ringing a bell now that you say that. Doing a great job. If I was your age, I'd think I'd be attempting to do the same thing. I'm a big Elvis fan. Yeah, I love Elvis. And I've been doing Elvis Instagram since 2012 or 13, and I love it. And then I decided to get into YouTube and make like longer videos talking about his life. And I just recently got over to Patreon because there's some things that I can't put on YouTube. And it's discouraging because I know what I can make and the type of content I can put out there. But YouTube, like I said, won't allow me to. So I put it on Patreon. And a lot of people are already responding. But just look at this footage, man. Elvis is the man. And, you know, I think Elvis should have more fans than what he is, but I don't think Elvis is marketed in the way he could be. Like, I don't think you have to do anything. Just show Elvis on TV like that. Pay for some airtime. Put Elvis on TV on the screen, and he'll sell himself. Yep. When I was like a teen, I would always like stay home from school or stay off work or something when it'd be like Elvis's birthday or Elvis's anniversary day because of all the movies they would play and all the footage they would have on TV, but I don't see that anymore on TV. That's messed up. I like amateur footage, but there was a DVD release named The Final Curtain. Yep, I know of that. And some of the footage from 77 really almost shocked me how bad he looked. Yeah, I know, but at this point, like, honestly, when I first saw the 77 footage, I literally felt sick to my stomach because I never saw that before, and I was like, oh my gosh. But now, I don't know, maybe we're desensitized as fans, but I think Elvis Presley Enterprises, I think, is worried that if they put out that footage of Elvis not looking so good, it's going to mess up his image, and then nobody will be, you know, it might ruin his reputation. They want to, like, forget about it, I assume. But I think that people would be understanding of what happened to Elvis if you present the story. You know, put the 77 footage out and maybe have like 15 minutes talking about Elvis's life, talking about what happened, talking about how he tried to get help. But this, it was like Superman trying to, or like Samson, if you guys know about the Bible, his eyes were plucked out. He was very weak, and he got captured, and they had him held up on his hands were on the two pillars. He didn't have the strength, but he prayed to God one last time, give me the strength to defeat the Philistines. And God gave him the strength. It collapsed the wall, and it's like an encouraging, uplifting type of story. You can present Elvis's story like that. Yeah, Elvis was down. He had some problems he wasn't sure how to fix, but Elvis tried as hard as he could to please his fans, and this is the performance of it. You know what I mean? Just like paint a picture like that. I think people are more understanding nowadays. What is it, the end of the video now? Let me play some more. How you guys liking this live stream? Should I do more? Let's go from here. The first part of this DVD is freaking awesome. He looked better at Indianapolis. I don't know. Isn't it surprising how good he looked in December and November of 1976? Keep up the good work, and yes, you should. Keep doing live streams, cool. Yeah, so here's the thing. With YouTube, somebody could be making awesome videos, but it could kind of be dormant. Like, in other words, they don't get viewed unless people like comment on them and show engagement. So that's what you guys got to do if you are enjoying this channel. Yeah, the 76 footage was awesome. The New Year's Eve footage, that was great. And I do have that on bootleg. But think about it. If Elvis Presley Enterprises wanted to take that footage and remaster it, I think they can make their money back. So thanks for all the subscribers on Elvis is the Man YouTube. You make it worthwhile. And I'm glad you guys all like it. And here's the thing with all the comments. I love reading the comments. But think about it, man. Like, it's hard for me to answer every single comment and show my appreciation. Like, think about it. If I get 500 comments on one video in a day, and then the video I put out 2 days ago has like 400, how am I going to respond? So don't feel disrespected if I don't answer yours. Okay, so Elvis gained weight, but honestly, 6 foot tall, 165, 69, 70, a little underweight in my opinion. Yeah, he was I don't know what his BMI was, but so I want to do a review of Ginger's book, and there's a couple things I have to do before I do that. So Ginger Alden's book was fantastic. I loved it. I really loved it. And you point out about Elvis's weight. Ginger, she said that, okay, Elvis was 42, but he's just like pretty much any typical American guy at 42. Yeah, they're a little overweight, but Elvis wasn't, gross or nasty. I just think that maybe the jumpsuits didn't suit Elvis, at that time for his weight. But Ginger said that, he wasn't that bad. And I really recommended you buy Ginger's book. It was like, honestly, I think it was my favorite book. And I really liked it because she painted a different picture of him in 1977 than I think that we realized. I thought that Elvis was really depressed and sad and stuff, but she's like, no, Elvis was happy. He was excited about tours and this and that. And I think that you guys all need to pick up that book. It was great. Yep, great book, JoJo. It was awesome. I got to do, Crawfish. I see that. Obviously, I guess I went back to like 1958 on this one. That's another thing. Elvis should have made more movies like King Creole. But, he didn't know. Obviously, hindsight is 2020, and I'm sure he could have done things differently and wished he would have. It was still a good book. The Ginger book, it was awesome. It's honestly, I think it's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite, out of the ones I've read. You got it free at your library? Yeah, I think Elvis said King Creole was his favorite movie. And out of the 60s, all the movies he said that That's the Way It Is was his favorite on film. I put a video out the other day talking about him saying that. There's actually audio footage of him saying that. Yep, I read Sonny West. Crawfish, yeah. My favorites are King Creole and Elvis on Tour. Yep. So I was working on a video today about Priscilla saying that she didn't like Tiger Man, which I find a little surprising, especially because she could see him doing it live because she was actually there in concert, but she didn't like it. Surprising to me. That'll be out in a day or two. I'm gonna upload this. Alan Fortas, yeah, I really like Alan Fortas' book. I read that last summer. Oh man, that was good. That was before my YouTube really took off, so or else I would have done a review on it. Tiger Man is one of my favorites. I just put up a video of the best performances of 1970, and Tiger Man was one of them. But I had to edit it, chop it up, use other stuff because of YouTube. Let me know if you guys want to do the Patreon. I'm going to put stuff there that I can't upload on YouTube. And I think you guys will all like it. Everybody seems to be liking it so far. To me, Elvis Presley Enterprises are just focused on this stuff. Just the footage and Elvis the artist, not the mugs, even though it's cool. But the only reason why I got it was because I went to Graceland. It's like I read Jerry Schilling's book. That was a good one. I really liked it. Oh, I never read that. Joe Gershow. Because if you think about it, as fans, that's all we have is what Elvis left on film or what the fans snuck in. Jerry's book is free on audio. Check YouTube. Check it out, guys. Yep, George Klein. I think my favorite book so far on Elvis was Ginger Alden's, and then I like George Klein's a lot, and I think Sonny's I liked. I really liked Alan Fortis's book. Yeah, 80 people on here right now. You would think out of like 18,000 subscribers, more than 80 would be on. But, you know, they're probably at work or something. I read Elvis had a small fight with Priscilla after recording You'll Be Gone, and she didn't like it. Yeah, I talked about that in my new video. I'm editing it right now. It'll be up probably, what is today, Monday? It'll probably be up Wednesday. And he played it for her, and she says, well, it's pretty, but, you know, you need to do more stuff like Jailhouse Rock, I think she said. It's been a while since I read the book. And Elvis was like, dude, you know what? Throwing stuff around. And, yeah, he got mad. But as I recall from the video, from the book. Hello from, what does that say? Croatia? Maybe he had water retention issues in '77 when he died and had massive problems with constipation. Yep, in that book, The Death of Elvis, it says that he did. And like the point I was making earlier, in November and December, I don't know, he probably didn't have that much fat as much as he was having water retention. And I think maybe whatever he was eating, maybe he didn't have a lot of sodium at the time, but he was down in his weight, and you notice like his eyes weren't as puffy, and he was much slimmer. We got the Elvis, Steve Allen thing in the background. Stupid people say he's still alive. Man, that's messed up. Like the Bob Joyce thing, like that is weird, man. People will like spam my comments on my videos. Come on. Hey, do you have any expectations about the new Elvis movie with Tom Hanks? Yeah, I was excited for it to go, but in like March when the whole thing started happening, which I can't talk about on YouTube, and Tom Hanks, that issue with him, it was postponed. Obviously, I don't know about when they're gonna start doing it again, but I'm looking forward to it. Look at that pool. That's a deep pool. Not a deep pool, but the sides are like freaking like 10 feet high. That whole Bob Joyce thing is weird, man. It's weird. You look more like Elvis than Bob Joyce? Yeah, that avatar you got with just like the pink, that looks more like Elvis. That's weird. That's weird. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny to me. 77 people on here. I just want to say I'm thankful for all the supporters, the subscribers, the people who go to Patreon. I'm just so happy because I like making all the Elvis stuff, and the fact that you guys view it and watch it just makes it worthwhile. I want to show the people, the world, that Elvis is the man. And more people who are younger need to realize how great Elvis was. I'm tired of the Beatles getting so much credit and acting like the Beatles are so great, and people on TV talk about the Beatles. I'm like, hello, did we forget about Elvis? Elvis is the man. The Beatles wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for Elvis. Elvis had way more talent than the Beatles. Yes, the Beatles wrote songs, and the Beatles were more interested in like playing instruments, but Elvis was better looking. Elvis had more charisma. Elvis had more presence. Elvis's voice was way better. He could sing anything. Like the video I made about why Elvis is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. He sang Hound Dog, and he also sang It's Now or Never. How could that person have so much range? That's incredible. And Elvis could act, even though some of the movies wouldn't allow him to. Elvis was the best, the greatest performer ever. Some people think Michael Jackson is, but no. Because if you watch Michael Jackson, he just does like the same movements over and over and over. Elvis actually moved to the beat. Elvis was the greatest of all time, and that's the point of this, to show why he is the man. John Lennon was a joke. Tell me, give me a thumbs up, or tell me if you guys have watched the Beatles mocking Elvis. I made a video of it like a year ago. I think it was titled The Beatles Mocking Elvis. I thought it'd get more views, but man, when I see the Beatles talking crap about Elvis, making jokes about him, and then a lot of people come to the Beatles' defense like, no, they loved Elvis. I know they loved Elvis, but they only really respected the 50s Elvis. All the info, all the footage I've seen of the Beatles talking about Elvis post 1970 or post 1960 is not very good. They say Elvis died when he got out of the army. No, he grew as a person. Just like the Beatles did. They didn't do Hard Day's Night in 1969. They grew. There's probably jealousy on both sides a little bit, but I think that the jealousy that may have come from Elvis was that he couldn't do what he wanted to do. Because Elvis wasn't a songwriter. He didn't write songs like the Beatles wrote their songs, so he had to get songs. And that guy right there, people say that he wouldn't allow a lot of songs because of publishing. And I believe that he dismissed a lot of songs that Elvis could have done. So Elvis was limited in the songs and in the choices of songs that he could make and record because they required portions of the publishing. And by the 60s, people and songwriters wanted their cut. So when they got rid of Lieber and Stoller, I made videos on this. That wasn't good for Elvis. Thank you for what you know. I like your channel because you are more analytical when it comes to his material. Other channels are too much over-the-top fanatic. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, people do get mad if I talk about Elvis and the prescriptions. But I like learning about all aspects of Elvis's life. And nothing turns me off about Elvis. I want to learn about, all people. Yeah, I think Elvis was the greatest around the world. Let me correct that. I believe Elvis was greater than Muhammad Ali. But I wish Elvis would have went out like Muhammad Ali did. A Lonely Man, I don't want to. They definitely exist. Yeah, I like the Wild in the Country FTD. That's great. Didn't fight to decide about his career. Yeah, I wish Elvis would have. He didn't like confrontation. Although, I did make a video about when Elvis did fire the Colonel, but I think there were a lot of factors like, I think Elvis was worried that, he would end up in poverty, so he didn't want to do something to rock the boat. I think Elvis believed that he created himself. Colonel didn't create Elvis. Elvis made the Colonel famous. And, I think maybe part of it was him and Vernon were a little worried that, hey, let's maybe not rock the boat too much and fire Colonel because what if we end up in poverty again? But anyway, the point of this live stream is to talk about new footage being released. And that's, as a fan, that's what I want to see. Ah, that's my profile picture. Lennon was a hypocrite. My profile picture right there. Parker was good for Elvis. I think Parker was good for Elvis in the 50s. He got him on TV quicker. But, if Elvis was a nobody, when he would have got on TV, that would have been it. He would have been a flash in the pan. But Elvis made Elvis. The Colonel just gave him a platform maybe. But after that, I don't really agree with the Colonel. MGM and Turner Pictures must have tons of material still from. I mean, why doesn't Turner be like, hey, let's cut a deal for this stuff and bring out that Elvis footage from the. Like, how about all the Elvis on tour footage on DVDs and Blu-ray? I mean, how many people would pay $1,000 for that box set? I think I would. Or look at Charlie Hodge. They must be talking about 1960. Or 19 in the Army. But I would pay, just save up your money. Of course, that's what we want. What are we going to get? Like another Elvis mug? However, he didn't. Parker owed millions to the Sands Hotel. Man, you can tell that Elvis got into two ruts in his life. One was the bad movie deals that kept him in for a long time. The second rut he got into was Vegas over and over because he hated it. And the third was marrying Priscilla. I mean, no, just kidding. I'm not hating. I don't think they should release a 77 special. I think that they should release it because, like I said earlier, for some of the people who weren't on when I was talking about it, And also, I'm going to upload this to YouTube so everybody can be part of the discussion. I think that at this point in culture, I think people will understand that Elvis gained weight. I think people will understand that Elvis had that prescription issue. I got to watch what I say with YouTube, they'll flag stuff. But I think that people would be more accepting. Like maybe if Elvis Presley Enterprises gave like a 10-minute disclaimer talking about what led Elvis to this point, I think people will understand it more and they'll accept the person of Elvis. Look at that. That's awesome. How about Mystery Train Tiger Man? Hope they release some new stuff in 2022. I hope so too, man. How about Mystery Train Tiger Man at the start of That's the Way It Is? Wasn't that filmed for the concert, not in Vegas? I would love to see it. I don't understand your question. Can you send me a link to Patreon? At the moment, I can't. But all I have to do is Google search Patreon and then type Elvis is the Man. And you'll be able to be a member there. Or if you just look at one of my latest videos, the link is in the last 2 videos. I just did that because, like, literally, my time is important, and I can do so many more things, and I spend like literally 3, 4, 5, 6 hours making these videos, and then I put them up on YouTube, and there's problems. Like in the past 3 weeks, I could only upload like 6 videos because of the content ID and the restrictions for YouTube. So I'm like, you know what? I'll put it on Patreon, and then it'll just be an added thing for the Elvis is the Man, viewers and subs. So everything I can't put on YouTube, I'll put on Patreon. And people are there already. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and we can all have it there. True. Love this channel. Thanks, man. I honestly really appreciate that. I'm glad you did. Oh, look at Colonel. What's he doing? Oh. I wish they would officially release all the 6 Dorsey shows. Yep. I got them on VHS, and I started to put them up on YouTube, but I got copyright strikes, and if you get 3, your channel is done. So I have to watch out about what I put on YouTube. That's another reason why I made Patreon. Slovenia. Elvis is the man. 103 people here. That's awesome. Thank you so very much. Respected him and Red loved Elvis. Man, I wish so many things could happen. I think Elvis's life went so fast, I think if his mom was still alive, was alive during Elvis's life, he could have had some help. So anyway, some of the points I want to make in this is that, release what they have and make deals for what they don't have of Elvis. But, 1970 releasing that, 72, and then making deals with bands, the ones who went in the concerts back in the 70s and even the 50s. There's some 50s stuff that I've been seeing lately. I've been putting it on Elvis is the Man. That, let's make a deal for that. So us that actually saw Elvis at the Olympia in Detroit in 1970. Do you think he would have lived if Linda Thompson? I think, honestly, who knows? What if Linda wasn't there that night? Death of Elvis book, but some of you guys are telling me that the ending is very interesting, so I'm about to find out about that. Priscilla. I still haven't gone through all the stuff I bought at Graceland, but I will. Elvis had a much better voice in the 70s than the 50s. Yeah, like, I noticed that. Like, Elvis could do way more with his voice in the 70s as opposed to the 50s. But I think Elvis' voice was growing fast. And if you notice, he started to sing songs like Don't. He started to sing Is It So Strange? Check that one out. And then by like 1960, he was like a different guy. And if you ever listen to the 1959 progressing fast. I read Linda saved his life on numerous occasions, pulling fluid out of his throat. Yep, I heard that. And she left because she got tired of it. Can't blame her. Yep. Man, this video is going to take so long to upload to YouTube. It's already almost an hour. I want to keep going. Do you think he would have lived? Okay, I read that one. I also read Linda Thompson's book. That is a great book. She talks. Her book is about Elvis's whole life, or her book is about her whole life, and part of it was Elvis. So I definitely read the Elvis part. I believe I read the whole thing. Love your videos. I think 1970 was my favorite year for Elvis vocally. Yeah, I think if I were to pick one year, I would pick 1970. That'd be my favorite one. Like songs like If I Were You, When I'm Over You, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. If you noticed, Elvis's voice after 1970 got kind of weak. Like he could sing like the power ballads, but like his control of his voice wasn't there like it was in like 1970. So I got a little cold. Okay, what do you thinner? Okay, what does that mean? I would like to see more of Elvis. Yep, the footage. That's why I want to see footage. After seeing what Linda went through with her next two husbands, Elvis was a charm. Yeah, that's true. I didn't know about that. I learned about Elvis's husbands. Man, that's messed up. She didn't have a lot of luck in that department. But Linda is such a sweet person. Like she'll message me on Instagram. She'll respond to the fans when they talk to her. She likes my posts on Instagram. I think she watches my YouTube videos too. And I think it's sweet that she doesn't think she's too high to talk to, other people. Isn't it strange that Elvis's Bible was not in the inventory when it was done at Graceland? The Bible went everywhere with him. Oh, I don't know. When I went to Graceland in 2009, I do remember seeing his Bible. I loved her on Hee Haw. I didn't see that, but I saw pictures of it. She's looking for a toy boy. I think you mean boy toy. Linda's my favorite of all Elvis gals. I would say mine too. Out of all the girls Elvis dated, I think I probably would have picked her. Linda talks to us all the time on her Facebook page. Yeah, that's what I said. Linda talks to the fans, and that's cool. I was a small kid when I watched Hee Haw. Legacy or FTD could definitely release all the remastered audio for the box set of On Tour Concerts 22. I'm pretty sure RCA owns the music. The concerts are awesome. The audio is awesome, but I want the footage. I'm just scrolling through you guys' comments. How can we fans make Warner release new footage? Here's the thing. They're a business and they're in it to make money. They want to make money. So if they felt, look at E, man. He's the man. If they felt that they could make a ton of money from releasing Elvis footage, they would do it. So what we need to do is we need to show Turner, Elvis Presley Enterprises, that there is a market and there is money to be made with Elvis footage. So what we can do, since this video, what we can start to do is this video is talking about footage. If this video, say, got 1 million, 2 million views, people would eventually see that and they would see all the positive. And if they're like, hey, if we release this and those 1 million people that were interested in this, say, video bought it, we would make money. So what they need to do, I believe, is they need to know that there is a fan base for Elvis footage. Look at that. All right, guys. I've been on here an hour and I want to upload this to YouTube. It's going to take a while to get this uploaded to YouTube. I'm going to start doing more of these. And make sure you hit the like button. Comment down below if you want me to do more. We can all get on here and talk about various Elvis subjects. I appreciate all the subscribers and all the support for Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Elvis is the man. And thanks for having this talk with me. And I think it's cool that we can build like an Elvis community. So I'm about to leave and upload this and work on the other videos I make. What I think about the Royal Orchestra, I think it's cool. I don't think it's really good for reaching a younger audience, which I think Elvis Presley Enterprises need to do. But some of the songs were good, like It's Now or Never was good. But I don't think it's really... I hope your cold goes away as fast as possible. Me too. I'm never sick. I never have the flu or nothing, but... All right, guys. So, appreciate it. Thanks for watching. And keep following Elvis is the Man. We'll talk to you next time.